Let's take you to the Western Cape now. Police Constable Yanga Gongotha has told the court of inconsistent evidence provided by Kelly Smith, the mother of the missing 6-year-old girl, Joshlin Smith. Gongotha has recalled an interaction between him, Smith, and her boyfriend, Jacqueline Apollos, apologies for the pronunciation there, where Smith failed to provide a clear answer when asked why she was worried about a gas refill instead of her missing daughter. Smith, her boyfriend, and their friend, Steveno van Rhyn, are on trial for the child's disappearance now more than a year ago.
Okay, ngomhla esasifike ukudibana kwethu no Buta Dalmaki Street.
When we met up with Buta in Dalmaki Street,
ekudibaneni kwabo embuza ngegas.
When she asked him when they met about the gas,
apho ndaye ndangenelela khona ndimbuza uba bengafani ba sithetha ngento enomntana naphakathi.
That's when I interrupted her. So I wanted to know from her, why didn't she ask about the child?
Kulapho waye wasixelela into ehlukileyo kunalele besixelele yona ukudibana kwethu kuqala.
That's when she gave us a different version of what she told us initially.
Waye wasixelela ukuba waye wabuya emini kwangalamini.
She said she came back on the day during the day.
Waye wabuya esithi ebebuyele into yoba ayogcwalisa irhasi.
She said, I came back in order for us to fill up the gas.
Ndaye ndambuza ke ekubuyeni kwakhe wayekhona na uBhuta nomntana lo ulahlekileyo.
My question to her was that when you came back during work, was Buta and the child present?
Wanika impendulo engabambekiyo ncam ngoba wayethetha apha naphaya.
That's when she gave me an answer which I couldn't make anything out of it because she was speaking here and there.
Right, let's take you live now to the multipurpose complex there in Saldanha Bay. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi is tracking this story for us. She's been listening quite closely to the evidence. And Nasiphi, you've sent us some useful notes on the evidence as it's been unfolding there at the High Court, sitting in that multipurpose complex. Perhaps one of the most worrying points that you mention is that Buta, this is the boyfriend to Kelly Smith, also known as Jacqueline Apollos, told officers that they were smoking drugs, and while they were enjoying themselves, Rensha, who's the girlfriend of one of the other accused, asked Joshlin to check on her baby, who had been sleeping. Was this on the day that Joshlin Smith disappeared?
Well, Michelle, what I can tell you is that this is these two officers were, one could say that first responders receiving that complaint on the 19th of February 2024, the day Joshlin disappeared. However, they were on the evening shift and they just relaying to the court as to what exactly happened on that day, the various locations that they went to look for the people that were inside that shack. He did indeed say, or rather, Officer Kobese did indicate that Jacqueline Apollos had said to them when they were inquiring about Joshlin that they were inside the house during the day. Himself, Steveno, accused too, and Rensha, who the state last year withdrew charges against, and he had indicated that they were smoking drugs. Joshlin was playing outside, and at some point, Rensha did indeed ask Joshlin to check on her child in her shack that was not too far from where they were enjoying themselves. But I am joined by NPA spokesperson Eric Ndabazalila just to take us through some of the proceedings today. We're hearing Constable Kobese corroborating what Constable Gongotha testified yesterday and this morning.
Yes, he did. One can confirm that we are on our second witness today, Constable Luzuko Kobese, who took the stand to collaborate with most of the stuff that was mentioned by Constable Gongotha earlier. It's almost the same what Constable Gongotha said. There are some slight differences here and there, which is a good thing because it shows that their evidence or their testimony was not rehearsed. But we are still, he's still being led, and after that will be followed with a cross-examination from the defense.
We heard him speak about the moment that they eventually found Buta or Jacqueline Apollos accused one, how Kelly at some point was so emotional. We heard yesterday from Constable Gongotha saying that Kelly was so excited and relieved, but today we're hearing from Constable Luzuko that she was nearly reduced to tears.
Yes, it confirms that yesterday it was confirmed that she was relieved or was happy to see him. And even today, Constable Gobese confirmed that also, that she was almost in tears, but not in tears of pain or anything, but she was excited and happy to see her boyfriend. And also, he also mentioned that at no time did she ask him about the little girl and where she was during that period when they met.
And now Kelly backtracking on the initial responses or reasons she gave these two officers as to why she had withheld her going to their place during the course of the day.
Yes, it's interesting because even Constable Gongotha confirmed that later on she did mention that she came back around lunch to her house, which she did not tell them earlier, that she did go back home to check on her boyfriend whether he had taken the gas canister to be filled. So Sergeant Kobese also confirmed that the reason, she told them that the reason she came back around lunchtime is because she was concerned that he might not have taken the gas canister to be filled. Something she did not communicate to them earlier when they asked questions about the child's whereabouts.
Eric Ndabazalila, the NPA spokesperson here in the Western Cape. That is the proceedings of this morning. Constable Gongotha wrapped up his testimony and cross-examination this morning, and we can expect Constable Luzuko to continue with his testimony and possibly cross-examination as well. And yesterday we saw a number of residents, including the family and loved ones of Joshlin Smith, attending court proceedings. However, today we're seeing quite a reduced size in terms of the number of people that are here, and many a times we've heard the community saying that all they want to hear is where the missing girl is. And if you remember, Michelle, just a couple of weeks ago, we were back here in Saldanha Bay building up to this trial where the community was commemorating a year since she had disappeared. We do understand that investigations are still underway, as police are indicating that they are still looking to locate the missing girl.